Hey everyone, welcome to my chaotic mess. If you're new here, my name's Melissa. I don't know what's going on with my eye. Yesterday it was swollen and it just hurt to touch it. Today it's still a little swollen, but it doesn't hurt. I haven't been touching it. Trying not to touch it, and it hasn't been itching. So I don't know if maybe a dog hair had gotten in my eye, maybe a cat hair. I don't know. If you don't know, I'm allergic to dogs and cats and almost every other animal in the world, but I refuse to be allergic. So I take allergy medicine every single day. It is what it is. Anyway, here's my string of cards. I have to tell you guys, I haven't sent cards in so many years because I had someone tell me one time that while they appreciated the card, they don't celebrate Christmas, so they would appreciate if I not send them things anymore. So that kind of turned me off. Like, just accept it and throw it away. You didn't have to comment back or anything like that. And I get maybe they just didn't want me to waste a stamp or something like that. There was just a little bit of a nicer way to say it than the way they actually did. I'm being nice, Anyway, so yeah, usually I get a Christmas card from this aunt and a Christmas card from this aunt, and that's it. So normally I get 2 cards. This year I did actually send out cards again, and I asked people if they wanted a Christmas card on Facebook, YouTube, all the things, and I sent cards to everyone that said they wanted one. If someone sent me one that did not request one on the internet, I did send them one back. So whether they get it before Christmas or not is a different story. I did get a card from my cousin. This is the one she sent. By the way, I have to shout out my cousin real quick. I don't know. I'm going to take these 2 down. Just a moment. I don't know if actually she does sell them. I'll also pin her thing, but she made these. She made these 2 cards, and here is her information. I don't know if you can see it. And there it is. It's dolphinsoulcreations.com. I will link it down below, but she does pictures. She takes pictures of animals. She does pumpkins, fake pumpkins, but she does pumpkins. She does a lot of, I messed everything up. Anyway, hold on. Let me fix this. Okay, it's not exactly how it was before, but I got them back up there. Anyway, so she makes those and a bunch of other things. So I'll link her page down below if you wanted to check it out. I don't know if she ships outside of the United States though, so there's that. Anyway, I did not read any of these online, and I noticed a lot of like the people I sent cards to did, so I'm sorry if you were. I didn't do Vlogmas this year. I think next year I'm going to do a version of Vlogmas, like maybe like 12 days of Vlogmas, 15 days of Vlogmas, something like that. I'm not going to do the full thing, mainly because we're going north for Christmas next year, so I won't be here. This year, I need to really get my eyebrows done. They are bothering me so bad. Plus, I feel like I'm getting like a pimple right here. It hurts so bad. Anyway, off topic. I need to find a place. We moved and I haven't found a place. Actually, I looked one up and I think I'm gonna try it. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, anyway, so speaking of cards, before we get to the main event, because this is going to be a wrap presents with me vlog, and yeah, in the future, I will announce, I think I'm going to try announcing early next year, like around October, because this year I did it closer to December, and so I didn't send cards out until December. But for my Canadian friends, I need to send them out. I feel like I need to send them out in November. As slow as our postal services these days, I feel like I need to send them out like the second week of November for you guys to even get them by December. I know this sounds crazy to say, but anyway. So next year, I will be announcing around sometime in October that if you want a Christmas card, let me know, and I will tell you how to reach me. It should all be the same: Facebook, Instagram. Leave me a comment. Obviously don't leave me your address, but like if you can't figure out how to find me, I will, leave me a comment. I will send a link to whichever. I might even give you guys an email address, because I do have an email address I set up specifically with YouTube, because they how do I explain it? One area that says something like that when I was filling out things, it said something like for future sponsorship or something like that. What email address can someone, I've already set one up for that. And obviously I'm not getting sponsorships because I'm still a little channel, and that's fine with me. I just did not want to give out my main email to YouTube because I didn't know if it was going to be something that they spam you. And yes, I get people all the time emailing me saying, let me help you grow your channel. For this amount of money, I can get you X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay for people to come watch my videos. Because here's the thing, they buy you subscribers, and those people don't watch your videos, and so it actually makes your channel look worse. Yeah, you're growing, and really what it is it's a bot that's watching your videos. It's not even an actual person, and it's just set up to anytime you upload, it watches your video automatically to give you the view. It's supposed to like your video, but it doesn't comment, so you're not getting that engagement. So, which I know I'm really bad about commenting on people's videos, and I'm sorry for that. I will try to do better next year, but I watch your videos on this thing, and in order to comment, I have to open up that thing, the thing I'm recording you on my phone. So yeah, I'm really bad about it, because a lot of times I will multitask. I will watch a video and play a game at the same time. And so, I don't know. Anyway, I need to sit down. I haven't been standing. We've been standing for 5 minutes. Oh wait, I turned you guys off. Maybe longer then. Actually, that might be why my back is so sore. Anyway, I'm going to get you guys set up and then we'll get started. All right. You probably can't tell, but I have little piles everywhere. Little piles everywhere. Okay. Anyway, I cleaned the table off of all like the decor and stuff like that. I had piles of presents sitting on it. It needed done. So I have some tape. I have all this wrapping paper. This is all the wrapping paper I had that was opened. My goal is to get through all of it. And normally I do, each person has their own wrapping paper. And I think I'm going to stop doing that because I have a plan for next year. So I think I'm just going to start opening a roll, using that whole roll, opening a roll, and so on and so forth. Most of this paper is garbage paper. In fact, I think all of it is garbage paper. It's all that cheap crap. Most of it's from Dollar Tree. I want to get rid of it. I want to start buying quality paper. And I know it sounds silly because people are just going to rip it. But every other year I travel with all the presents. And yeah, I've had to wrap a few presents again because I use garbage paper and they're torn up by the time they get to their destination. So because the fact that I travel, and even like if I like the years I go up there, I wrap the presents there as well. They like sit in our bedroom until I get there, and then I wrap them all. And then we have to travel with those to my brother's house, so they still travel, just not as far. And so because we're not just sticking them right under the tree, this time we are. Like, these are my dad and Sharon, my mother-in-law's presents, and then there's some for Justin as well. So they're just going under the tree. But when I was up there a week ago, I wrapped all the presents for everyone that lives up there but my dad and Sharon, because they're coming down the day after Christmas, and we're gonna have our own Christmas with them, just a little bitty Christmas. Like, all of the presents we bought them, like these ones are to Sharon from my dad, so so those are separate from what we got her, which is up in this area. And then those are going to be from the kids, so all like the kids, the grandkids, all of us. And then dad's are over here, you can't really see, but those are also going to be from the kids, except for one thing. No, there's two things. One of them's not done yet. So two things are just going to be from Justin and I because they're not within the budget, so they're extra. They're extra outside of the normal budget, and that's fine. It's fine because, you know, anyway, I'm going to fill out my tags now because it's just going to be easier. My husband brought me this home because I needed to write on some ornaments. It's a Sharpie ultra fine point, and I'm going to tell you, I love this. It's like, it writes like a normal pen. I'm not sponsored by Sharpie, by the way, but I love Sharpie anyway. I usually will spend money on a Sharpie over a generic because I've been through so many generic ones that they don't last. They don't last as long. They dry out quicker. It's just, especially for how often I use them, it's a pain in the butt when I go to use them, and because I haven't used them in like 6 months, they're dried out, but the lid was on it and everything else. So I just stick with Sharpie if I can. I still have a couple of generic ones that have never been opened, so we're gonna see if they're good when I open them next time I need a permanent marker. And really, I only use like the bigger marker, like not even the big one, but I think it's just called Fine Point, or it might just, I think it's just Fine Point. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I use it for when we bag up our meat. So we buy our meat in bulk. I think every 6 months or so we buy meat. Might be a little sooner with more people coming down, but yeah, every 6 months we buy meat, and that's definitely not gonna work for anything. Then I'm about to wrap. So put those there. What was I saying? Every 6 months or so we buy meat, but we buy in bulk, and we spend like maybe $500 at one time when we go, and it's just, it ends up being cheaper in the long run, and it's fine. It's fine. You know, y'all do you, we do us. Life is good, right? It's only an issue when you try to butt yourself into other people's business that, you know, like, I've taken so many ServSafe classes throughout my life. I even took one when I was in culinary school because, you know, it's a requirement. And let me tell you, when I tell you I've taken so many ServSafe classes in my life, I've been in management in fast food a lot, okay? And I was so surprised at, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Maybe let's do it this way, because I know I need, give me 1 second to figure this part out. I always like to see how many boxes I can get in one thing. Definitely not that many. Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. I can't multitask. I'm not very good at it, so I'm sorry. Sorry for that. I'm not very good at multitasking. That's perfection. So let's cut this. Anyway, the one you take in culinary school is way more in depth than the one you take when you work at a fast food restaurant, because I think it's because you aren't just focusing on one aspect of it. You're looking at every single aspect of it. I don't know. I just know I was like, oh, this is gonna be, and it was still easy for me. I think because I have a lot of experience in that realm of things, but I need to get one of those things, the ones that you can just put on the thing and slide it. Although I don't think it would work for sideways cuts. I don't know, like this, I don't know if it'd work. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. I was talking about food. It's fine. It's not important. It's really not important. Anyway, the whole point is that, like, I know about food safety. I know how long you can store stuff in the fridge versus in the freezer, etc., etc., etc. So, you know, a lot of people are like, why would you buy so much meat in one sitting? You know, it goes bad, freezer burn, blah, blah, blah. I know. We know. And here's the thing. We food seal it. So it's in a, like it's where all the air is sucked out of it. It's in one of those bags. And food saver. That's what I was going to say. It's in a food saver bag. So it's vacuum sealed. Vacuum sealed's the proper word I was looking for. And you can usually freeze meat for up to a year, and that it doesn't even last that long. It lasts like 6 months before we need to buy more meat. So when I tell you, we literally eat all of our meat until we have no more meat, and then we go buy it in bulk again. So I understand that people might be concerned that I'm buying meat in bulk for just 2 people, but like, first of all, meat's expensive. I don't know if you know this. So when I tell you we spend $500, that's just an upper range. Sometimes it's less because we get in when there's a good sale and we stock up on things when they're on sale. But other times, like for example, one of the main meats we eat is chicken. If it's not on sale, I'm still gonna buy it because it's what we mainly eat. And you know, you got to do what you got to do at that point. I'm not going to sit there and go to the Sam's Club every week waiting for a sale. It's just not how life works, you know. Now, for normal people that don't buy in bulk and go shopping every week or so, you know, maybe waiting for the sales is fine with you, but like, I personally would rather just go to the store, buy as much as I can in one sitting so that I don't have to go back. I do not like going to the grocery store anymore. I actually hate going shopping now. And it's because I can't enjoy it unless I'm, even when I'm in a scooter, I don't really enjoy it because like, you're limited on, unless you're going to get up and down out of the scooter, which, you know, it is what it is, but like, I don't know. I just don't enjoy going shopping anymore. It's not very fun, but we still go out to stores and stuff like Home Depot and Target, stuff like that, just to walk around because I need to walk so much a week, and it's good for me to get out and walk. It doesn't help my back any at all, but it keeps it from, I feel like it helps keep me from getting too stiff. So it is what it is, right? So anyway, we're gonna set our little pile there and move on to the next. Sorry, I would be horrible at a podcast because silence is not recommended when you're doing a podcast. But also, I can just edit this out like they do on a podcast anyway when there's silence. I realize I'm not good at talking and multitasking. I can do a bunch of other things at one time, but talking is not one of them. And I don't know if that's like, that shouldn't have anything to do with my dyslexia. I'm dyslexic, so like, I have a hard time with words, really, and comprehension, which is funny for someone who reads a lot, because I do like to read. But what people don't realize is I like to read, but like sometimes I have to go back and read a page twice, because I'll get to the end of it and I won't remember anything I read, because like in my brain it mixes it up and it doesn't make sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Boring books are really bad with my dyslexia, because it doesn't hold my attention, and so it makes it harder for me to concentrate if I'm not enjoying the book. So that's how I always know when I should really DNR something, because it's not holding my concentration and I'm having to reread more and more and more. But I sadly never, I've only DNR'd one book in my entire existence of reading, and that was, I don't remember the name of it. It was recent. Like, it was Riley? Or was it Riley? I don't know. It's, oh my. It's gonna bother me. I don't want to look on my phone. We're gonna be doing a reading recap soon as well, so you'll know then. Because I'll talk about it in the reading recap. And I thought, well, maybe I could give it another try, like towards the end of the year, but I'm already reading something else right now, so maybe if I hit my reading goal early next year. I have hit my reading goal. I'm not going to surpass it because I haven't been reading as much this week, and so I'm definitely not going to surpass my reading goal by a lot. But oh, my back is killing me. It also doesn't help my back is hurting, because I am in a lot of pain today, but this is something I have to get done. I also think maybe I did too much yesterday. I made the ball part of peanut butter balls. They're in the freezer right now. I still need to coat them in chocolate. I forgot to get chicken out of the freaking freezer okay, I have to go do that. But I also made a batch of chocolate chip cookies, a batch of sugar cookies for Justin to take to work, and I also put meatballs together for him to take to work. So it doesn't seem like I did that much, but I feel my back feels like I did too much, and yeah, that's not gonna work. All right, so I have that scrap paper, and this irritates me. We're gonna cut this even, because that's gonna irritate me. Also, I'm over the red truck. I have some red truck stuff that I don't think I'm gonna have next year, because I'm a little bit over it. I've moved on from the red truck. It was great while it lasted, but like, I'm a little over it. I won't completely destroy it yet. I might need some little scraps for something. So, but if I don't use them at the end of this wrapping, all of the little scraps will be put in the trash. Just so y'all know, I will be actually throwing paper away. I don't think I have enough presents to use all of this paper. Anyway, I need to reset the camera, so. Oh.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh. We're chasing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town. Later we meet under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho. We're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Merry Christmas Day. A Merry Christmas Day. Oh, yeah. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as we walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Yeah, a Merry Christmas Day. Dancing around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas. Dancing around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas. Dancing around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas Day.
All right. Sorry, I felt like you guys deserved an upbeat song after that horrible first 20 minutes or so. I'm sorry. I really am really bad at multitasking. So, I decided for the second part of all this, it was just going to be voiceover. I have in this clip right here, I'm watching Journey to Bethlehem. And let me tell you, I think I told you guys that I went and saw that movie. I went and saw that movie when it came out, and I watched it in theaters And I had a spiritual awakening during that movie. And every time I watch it, I feel that same feeling every time I watch it in the same exact moment, and I break down in tears. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. That movie brought me back to God. I'm just going to tell you that. Like, I can't say that about anything else, but that movie really did renew my whole spiritualness. For those of you who don't know, for the longest time, I've always believed in God, but for the longest time, I stopped. Like, I was so angry at him that I just stopped acknowledging his existence because, you know, he took someone so important to me from me, and I was angry. So for me to have like that feeling again watching this movie, I just can't explain it to you guys how I don't know how else to explain it except for, like, it's just an awakening. I had it in the theater. I broke down in tears in the same exact spot of the movie. So, and I've seen it multiple times. Normally, I will still like cry at movies, but I don't get that awakening feeling, that like the I don't know how else to explain it without sounding crazy, but it just felt like the Holy Spirit was with me, or, you know, something was there with me, and it was just a beautiful feeling. It definitely brought me back to God. Other things have happened recently that, I mean, while I was getting back into my spiritualness, other things in life have happened, not to me personally, but to this world, that have brought me even closer to God. And I I don't know how to say it, but like, religion is a funny thing. Like, I don't really like to preach it because, you know, for me, I don't like when people try to force their religion on me, so I choose not to talk about it. But I am actually, I don't know, I might start talking about it more because I'm not ashamed of it. I've never really been ashamed of my beliefs, but like, why, I ask myself, I get why I don't talk about politics, but why don't I talk about religion? Because religion is a personal choice. So are politics per se, but politics, I feel, cause more arguments than they're worth. So, anyway, yeah, that's what I was watching while I was wrapping presents, was the Journey to A Journey to Bethlehem. I think it's called A Journey to Bethlehem. Anyway, it's very good. If you don't like musicals, though, you won't like it. It's got a lot of singing in it, but it also, I don't know. It's a beautiful story. Sorry. But anyway, Merry Christmas, guys. It is Christmas Eve as I'm editing this. My whole plan was to have this video up yesterday, but I had a horrible headache all day yesterday. I had to force myself to do the little bit of things I did do yesterday, which wasn't a lot. So, Merry Christmas, guys. If you're watching this on Christmas Eve, because I do hope to get it up today, it should get up today, then thank you. If you're watching this Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thank you for spending your day with me. And if you're watching it after fact, I hope you had a great Christmas, because, you know, Christmas is just a wonderful time of year. I have a couple more videos coming at you guys for the end of the year. I will have my reading recap up for you guys sometime next week, along with probably my New Year's goal, my New Year's goal video. I don't normally do goals anymore, but we're gonna make a few not goal. I don't like saying goals or resolutions. We're gonna make a few plans. How about that? We'll make some plans. We'll see what we achieve. Um, and go from there. You know, usually it always had something to do with growing my channel, this and that, but honestly, I kind of like where my channel's at now. I'm comfortable where it's at. Will I ever be monetized or anything like that? Probably not. Honestly, probably not. I don't have the energy to do videos every day. I don't have the health to do videos every day. I'm hoping to do in the beginning of the year a medical recap for you guys as well, because I know I haven't done a lot of medical updates lately. You know, I had to switch doctors when we moved, so I'm just now getting established in a lot of places. And honestly, it's fine. So far, I really like the doctors I have. I haven't met my rheumatologist yet because they couldn't get me in until the end of January, so it is what it is. I should have enough medicine to last until then. But we'll see. My primary care said that if she needed to put in a 1 month refill, she would. So I told her I think I should have enough to last until I see them, but if not, I would let her know. So, yeah. Anyway, wow. I don't know what else to talk about really. You know, I didn't get very much. I feel so bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna tell you guys how bad I feel. My husband does so much for me. So much. So much. He buys me all these things, you know, like he bought me a fireplace for my birthday. He bought me 2 green stalks for Christmas. He's bought me some other things as well. But you know, these are things I've already opened and I've used. And well, the green stalks haven't been used yet. I have to get dirt for them, but they're sitting outside. Um, and here I am. I bought him like a few things, and I wanted to buy him more, but like nothing else would get here by Christmas. You know, I focused on the people that I needed to have done for sure. And I said, well, I can just go get his stuff right before Christmas because I can just go to the store. Let me ask you this. Why is it that the things he wants is $100 cheaper on Amazon and the same exact thing at the Home Depot or the Lowe's is $100 more? It makes no sense to me. You would think they would want to be somewhat competitive with Amazon, but apparently not, because yeah, I was able to get one thing that got here before Christmas. I want to get him another thing, but nothing else would have got here in time, so I think I'm just going to buy him extra for his birthday. His birthday's in April, so I'll buy him extra for his birthday to make up for it, because I feel so bad. You know, I don't work, so technically he buys his own crap. I know that sounds horrible to say, but I mean, part of the money, like, he puts so much into my account. We don't have separate accounts. We're both on each account, but like, I say my account because like I use it for groceries and other things and just stuff, you know, I want. That's all I can say. And then I use it to buy like Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So it's the account that doesn't pay bills. So he has so much going into that account every week. And so it's not like I have as much money as him. And I say that because his account gets a majority of the money. I get like a little over $200 in my account every week because it's mainly for groceries and, you know, like I said, and anything else I would like to buy. And then I know closer to Christmas I need to keep more and more money back. We buy less and less groceries because I budget for Christmas. That way we don't have to use money out of the main account for Christmas. It just makes it harder for me because he uses money out of the main account when he buys me stuff, and I don't. Mainly because I don't even have a card for that account. Like, it never came to me. It never got here. I've reported it, like, never have shown up multiple times, and still haven't gotten it. So, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't really care. No one's got access to our account that I've seen. You know, they wouldn't even be able to activate the card if they got it. But anyway, gosh, that was a little more information than you really needed, but I guess it is what it is. But yeah, Christmas is hard. We normally don't buy each other stuff either. But I told him I'd like that to change. Because we made that thing like a thing way back in the day when we were really, 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 really poor. Like, we could barely buy gifts for other people poor. So we made it a thing that we were not going to buy gifts for each other. But, you know, we have a little bit more money now. And I feel like we could start implementing gifts for each other. I don't know. But especially since he buys me a lot of things. Like, I have not even come close to buying him what he bought me for my birthday. Like, I know how much he spent on that fireplace because I helped pick it out. I know how much the green stocks cost. The green stocks were actually on clearance, so they weren't very expensive, but they were, you know, they were still a good chunk of change, right? Because they're normally like $129 for one. Well, I think it's because I usually get like the investor bundle each time because it's just a better deal. Because by the time you get the green stock, the tray thing, and, you know, a lid, you don't really need the lid. The lid is just, I think it makes it look prettier. Honestly, it does. And it keeps like leaves and stuff from falling into the watering spout thing that you fill up with water. If you don't know what a green stalk is, I will talk more about them in my gardening videos when I get my garden up and going again. I have to even look to see what I can plant in this area. I have to research everything all over again. It's so fun because I literally just finished researching gardening in the zone we used to live in, and now we're in a completely different zone. So anyway, so yeah, well, I say so a lot. I really need to stop that. I really need to figure out how to break that habit. Anyway, I say that a lot too. I don't know. I really don't know what else to talk about. I'm trying to be... Oh, I have to make... Oh my god. You guys... I talked about this in the beginning of this video, how I made cookies for Justin's work. Well, they have requested more chocolate chip cookies. So I went today and bought 4 more bags of chocolate chips because I use a specific chocolate chip to make my cookies. And so I went and bought 4 more bags of chocolate chips. I had to go, Winn-Dixie didn't have them. They had the dark chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate. I don't use that crap. I mean, I would, but for my chocolate chip cookies, no. So I had to go to Publix so I could get the milk chocolate, because I like the milk chocolate chips in them, in the brand that I use. So I got those. I bought 4 bags because I'm going to make them a double batch since they loved them so much. I only made a single batch of the chocolate chip and the sugar cookies. I made a different recipe for the sugar cookies than I normally do. I normally make the ones that are crunchy and you do the royal icing on them, but I didn't really feel like doing royal icing this year. I just wanted something simple, so I made non-iced sugar cookies, and they had sprinkles in them. So they're more like a confetti cake cookie in my book, but I don't like sugar cookies, but Justin said they were good, so I guess they were good. But they requested more chocolate chip cookies, so that tells me they really love my chocolate chip cookies, and so I will be making more. I'm going to make them a double batch, and they will have chocolate chip cookies for, he's going to take them to them on Friday, so they'll have them for Friday, Saturday, until they last. And then I will probably make them a different treat come Valentine's Day. I haven't decided yet. I need to do some research to see what else, because I try to make, when he worked, he didn't switch companies. He still works for the same company. But at his old store, I always tried to make them different treats for each holiday. And this last year, I slacked. I really did slack. But I was going through a lot of pain and stuff like that. And I'm still in a lot of pain. Don't get me wrong. I'm constantly in pain. But I've come to realize that I'm not going to let it keep controlling me, because like I don't want to let it dictate my life, and I let it. I have been letting it, and right now I just push through and get stuff done. I definitely could not hold down a job, I could tell you that, because baking the cookies, I got to sit down for 12 minutes at a time. Like 12, take them out of the oven, sit down for 5, take them off the cookie sheet, put the next batch in the oven, so on and so. It was really like 11 minutes, but that's not the point. The point is that, you know, I got to take breaks between each. I could not do that at a job. So anyway, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me wrap presents. It was fun. Not really. I don't mind wrapping presents. I really don't mind. It's not the worst thing in the world. I just, I don't know. I think next year, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think next year, because I'll probably be sitting in the same spot, because our tree is going to be on this side of the living room next year. That's our plan anyway. I'll have a different table. I have a new table, but it's out in the garage still, because we're going to sand it down and stain it to match the tables we bought for the living room. And as close as possible to that anyway. And then we'll bring it back in. So I also need to get new chair covers for the rest of the year. I bought some, but they came and they were pink-ish, peachy, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!